Good morning, everybody. Is it still morning? I think it is, just about. Yeah, I think it's still morning. Good morning, everyone. We're out looking to feed the ducks again. We're on our way over to Llanfwiliam to meet and feed the ducks there. I've got my two little assistants with me once again. There they are, walking along the edge there, doing really well. I hope you're all doing okay today. It is such a beautiful, lovely, glorious day. You know, it's almost possible to forget what's going on, isn't it? Especially as we seem to be so well isolated from it over here to a certain extent. It's quite possible to just continue to live our lives and keep ourselves to ourselves and feel like nothing's really happening. But of course it is, and if we check in with what's going on around the country and around the world, then it's very easy to get a little bit frightened and really concerned about it, which is fair enough. Ethan, can you just stop there a second and I'll help you jump down? Sophia, stand still, hold my hand. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, down you jump. Oh, good job. Sophia, your turn. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good jump. Crikey, Bob. This is it's a funny time of year, this one. I always find this a strange time of year, just in the run up to Easter. Normally it's incredibly busy for me, as you can imagine, all sorts of things to organise. Down we get a second, we'll do that in a bit. But as I think about the upcoming Easter story and all that was going on through that and all the bits of the story we know, this is a time when we don't really quite know the timeline so well, except we know that Jesus was on his way to do what he did at Easter. It was coming up. He had it in his mind, and we read several times that Jesus had set his face towards Jerusalem, knew that he was going. We'll do it in just a minute, Monkey. He knew that he was going towards Jerusalem, where he was going to be crucified, he was going to be killed, and then God's rescue plan was going to be enacted. And at the moment, sometimes when we think about what's going on, we have that kind of sense of foreboding that something awful is coming, something really dreadful is coming. We hear this concept of a peak just a couple of weeks away, and it fills us with a sense of dread. And maybe that's just a tiny glimpse of what must have been in Jesus's heart. I guess what we don't have is that concept of that terrible thing which is coming being something that's meant to happen and something that's going to be part of an amazing rescue plan for the world. No, not at all. We just have that sense of foreboding. So maybe perhaps we're a bit more like Jesus' disciples, who had a bit of an idea from him of what was coming. He had told them some stuff, but they didn't understand it, and they knew that something deeply difficult was coming, something dangerous was coming, but they didn't understand. Wait a second, guys. We're going to carry on this way a bit. I think I'm going to have to pause there because a certain little girl is telling me that she needs a wee-wee. So we're going to have to deal with that, and I might come back in just a minute. Well, that was a little detour and interruption. Apologies for that. Don't know if you were with the first part of this video. We had to stop for some facilities, should we say. Anyway, we found some horses now to look at, which is rather lovely. They're a bit far away at the moment, but they're there, and we're enjoying watching them. So I was saying just now that this sense of kind of there's something coming that's really rather difficult and dangerous ahead of us might help us a little bit to understand how Jesus might have been feeling in the fortnight before Easter, when he knew that there was a job that lay ahead of him, a thing that lay ahead of him that was going to be the most difficult thing anyone could ever face. But he knew he had to do it. And maybe we're a bit more like the disciples, not really understanding at all, but knowing there's something difficult coming, and really not knowing what it's going to be like, or how we're going to cope with it, how we're going to face it. I wonder if we have that sense of foreboding at times, but I guess also, like I was saying, we have that really strange sense that actually life is just carrying on, isn't it? Life is just as normal as it's ever been for so much of the time for us. We just see occasionally some glimpses of there being something strange going on in the world. Anyway, we've got Easter coming up then. Oh, you staying on there? We've got Easter coming up. We're still going to be trying to celebrate it as best as possible. We're going to be trying to mark it as best as possible. And we're going to be doing quite a few of these videos. But we're also very aware that lots of people that would love to connect with us and we'd love to connect with aren't on the internet at all. So we're going to start to produce a bit more by way of printed material and things to help us pray together while we're at home. So if you or anybody that you know would be interested in that, particularly perhaps anybody you know, if you've got family members who come to church but aren't able to at the moment and aren't able to get online to listen to things we're saying and able to share, tell them that they can get in touch with us, and we'll try to sort them out with some printed material. You can post things out to them so that they can be sharing with us in our Easter celebrations this coming year. There we go. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're staying safe and well. It's really good to be able to stay in touch with you. Oh my goodness. It's really good to be able to stay in touch with you this way. God bless you all. Speak to you again soon. Bye bye.